Hello, everyone. This is Simone Mitchens, marketing strategist and creator of the Profit Power Up System, which is a marketing and mindset system for practitioners who have some kind of expertise in the health and wellness field, and they serve their clients. They help their clients to have a healthier and better quality of life. My system is unique because we focus on one thing, your unique success design, how you're uniquely designed to succeed in your business. So we create a win-win situation where you're not only serving clients, but you're serving yourself. You have a great team experience. You know exactly what kind of marketing strategy you're going to be most successful with. You know exactly what to delegate to other people so they can support you in your success. And like I said, you can create a win-win situation for you and your clients. You can put your service in front of the right people, your expertise in front of more people that are right for what you have to offer. Today, I'm so excited because we have Julie Shah. She is a natural skincare therapist. I don't know about you, but I consider myself a person who have always taken good care of their skin. But after the big 4-0, I became even more interested in how I can have a beautiful skin, how I can take care of my skin now so that 20, 30, 40 years from now, I still look like this.
Right.
So I came across the beautiful Julie Shah, and I was so inspired by her story when I went to her website and I read about her story, what inspired her to create her formulas, to open her business. And I wanted to share what the beautiful work that she does. So Julie, welcome to my Business Passion Stories interview series today.
Thank you so much, Simone, for having me.
Absolutely. I wanted to ask you to share with our community today what inspired you to do what you do, to have the business that you have, the heart so organic. What inspired you to go and do what you do today and open your business and share with the world your expertise?
Well, for that, I need to go back about 10 years ago. That was a very big year for me, 2008. That was the year when I had completed all of my education. I have a 5-year science degree, and then I received my MBA. And I've always had the passion for skincare since I had experienced breakouts ever since I was a teenager, all the way into my 20s and 30s. And so while I was pursuing my MBA, I decided to go back to school to receive my postgraduate certification in skincare. I finished all of my education and training in June of 2008. And just a few months down the road, in September of 2008, my mom passes away so suddenly. And that was a big hit on me because my dad had passed away when I was about 12. So my mom and I were, this rock where we built our home here, and we lived our lives. So when I lost her so suddenly, I hit my rock bottom. However, I was blessed to give birth to my baby girl about a year later, who gave me this new purpose. And because of my education and training, and something that I was meant to do, because I had completed all of that right before my mom had passed away. So I knew that was my calling. So I got myself into a room and I started formulating products, and I wanted it to be completely authentic, not just about being organic, but I wanted it to be about authentically organic. And what I mean by that is that my products are not just made with organic ingredients, but they are genuinely organic. And there is a big scientific reason behind that. So I started um, just formulating products one after another, and started serving my clients in my studio. And a few years down the road, they said, please sell me your products. I want your products. Mm-hmm. So I said, really, pinch me. That was a big deal for me. Mm-hmm. So I did more research. That's just the way I am. I didn't want this to be just about buy and sell. Mm-hmm. I really wanted this to be about doing the right thing, being fully invested in my clients and their skin. So I did a lot more research, and I came up with my authentic products, 5 products, about 2 years ago, that I started sharing with my local crowd, and it became national. And now I have 22 products that I'm selling it all over the world.
Fantastic. First of all, I'm sorry to hear about your mom. That must have been huge impact. Must have had a huge impact in your life. And at the same time, the beautiful impact of your daughter coming in. And being a mom, I understand how motherhood, or even like maternity, really transforms us. I agree there was like a Simone before being a mom, and there's definitely a Simone now after being a mom. I'm just gonna post here for people, invite them to post their questions if they have any. So you have the opportunity to interact with some people. So here it is. Post your questions here. And for the people who are listening to this interview later on, I will encourage them to also post their questions on the blog or social media, and I can direct them to you.
Absolutely.
So I love this kind of stories where business happens organically. Right. So I love the part of calling, having a calling. That's how I feel as well. And I love the part of you mentioned. It's almost like you've been preparing yourself for all of this.
Exactly.
And I feel the same. And a lot of people I work with, that's the authentic expert. They feel like they have a calling, and they make sure they're prepared for what they have to offer, and they have the value, and they look for offering services and products that they're based in there's high integrity behind those services and products. So with that said, and you mentioned that you had skin problems growing up, acne and stuff like that. Luckily, I didn't have that, but I know there's so many young teenagers who go through this, and that takes a toll in their self-confidence and how they present themselves in the world. And when it's in school, I know they can be brutal. They can make comments. So something like this would really be able to help them. And with that said, I would like for you to share with us a few stories of clients you have helped with. Sure. Why did they come to you? Where they were, and how have you been able to help them? And what results have you been able to help them achieve?
Absolutely. I have many stories, Simone. Over the past 80 years, I have seen so many clients with severe skin conditions. And when I say severe, I mean level 3 and 4 acne to rosacea and psoriasis and eczema. So one of my clients had a 3rd-degree burn, and she had a severe scar on her cheek right here.
Like a sunburn, or like a
no, real burn, not a sunburn, a real burn from cooking. And she had a major third degree burn here. And she tried so many things from out in the market, and the scar wasn't going away. And, she felt like she was losing her confidence. And so she came up to me and she said, Julie, do something. If you are able to help me, that would be so great. So I made a special formulation. That's that's another service that I do provide, that I do have all of my skincare products. However, I am able to custom formulate a specific bottle for a client. So I made a specific formulation for her. And, again, it's completely organic and natural, no chemicals. There are over 2,000 chemicals out in the skincare and beauty industry. And I wanted to be so careful and so sure that I was not using any of those products, because the foundation was that my daughter and my family were using my products. So I wanted to be very clear about that side of my business. So I gave her this formulation, and she started using it. And she also came to me for her facials. And after 3 months of using my services and the products, her scar was gone.
Wow.
Completely gone. And that was a huge, huge boost for me. That was several years ago. And another story I can share with you is I have little girls come to me, and I want to give a big shout out to all the mommies who are so passionate about bringing their little girls to me and trusting me. And that means the world to me. So these little girls who are 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-year-old girls, they are suffering from major acne. And they come to me with, such a low motivation. And that goes right into my heart. And that bothers me. So I have given them my specialized kids facials, is what I call it, because they are not my teen facials. And I give them my kids facials. Those girls who are coming to me, they come to me with level 2, 3, and 4 acne. And what that means is you are looking at the entire face filled with either blackheads or a combination of blackheads and whiteheads. And for some, it is combination of milia as well, with the blackheads and the whiteheads. So I started treating them after the first series, which is 6 facials. Her acne went from level 4 to level 1.
Wow.
And level 1 is just very minor acne that your body is trying to get rid of. The toxins in our body, they have to come out in some ways. So those are very minor acne that I see now. And her confidence level, or some of them, confidence level is back. And she looks at me like I am her angel. And I tell her, are you kidding me? You are my angel. So let's not even go there. But yeah, it's such a proud moment for me to be able to make these little girls feel good about themselves and bring that confidence, especially at that age.
Right. Now, the 6 facials, is that weekly?
So the statement recommendation is that first 6 treatments are considered the corrective facials. So the sooner I see you, better it is. So once every week to 2 weeks is what is recommended. However, I understand that we have a busy lifestyle, and if somebody's not able to come to me once every once or say 2 weeks, my recommendation is try to come to me by the end of the 3rd week, because that's 21 days. And again, that's a whole other topic that we can go into, that I would like to see you before the 21 days, because our cells are still alive and fresh. So I want to be able to pull that up to the surface of your skin. So that's the reason for that particular facial series. And then after the 6th facial, it turns into the combination of corrective and maintenance.
Beautiful. I love systems. I don't know about you, but I love methodologies, systems, like step by step. And that helps us to know that it's not going to take forever to get what we want corrected.
Exactly. And that is why my product line now, Simone, has come out with the step-by-step system.
Right.
So each of my products have a number. So, step 1, so basically you can go on just looking at the bottles, know exactly what you need to do. So you don't need to think at all. You just have to go to, bottle that says step 1, you use that, step 2, then you go back to the same bottle for step 3, and so on. And it's a really beautiful system that has worked for many, many years. And now I'm able to share it with so many people.
Right. Right. So that's, again, it's right up my alley. I don't want to be thinking too much. There are so many things that we have to think about, that I don't want to be thinking about my skincare every morning and stressing out about that. So knowing exactly with the numbers 1, 2, 3 what you have to use. Now I'm very curious to know, can you tell us, let's say, 2 chemicals that is pretty bad, and what are their side effects? Because again, as you know, this our skin is our largest organ in the body.
Right.
And yes, it absorbs everything, and it goes, all the toxins go inside. So, and sometimes we have headaches or other symptoms. We don't really realize that, oh, this might be connected to my skincare products. Right. Or any other skincare. Yes. And not only for your face, but like your hands and other things. I'm very minimal when it comes to that. I don't use body wash or things like that. So can you give us 2 chemicals that is currently, that people can look when they, right now, if they go to their bathroom, they can open their cabinet and look if those chemicals are in their skincare product, and why is it bad, and how that can affect their, their skin and health in the long term.
Absolutely. So, as I was mentioning, there are over 2,000 chemicals out there that are being used in the beauty and the skincare industry. The European standard has minimized it so much that there are only a handful that are being used. So my holistic approach to my products was, how can I make my products that does not have even one chemical?
Oh, okay, beautiful.
Even one. So my line has 0 chemicals in it, period. I won't, that's something that is a big deal for me. Simply because, as you mentioned, and as we all know, the skin is the largest organ in our body. Chemicals, you are asking me for 2, but I can list 200. The point is, paraben, sulfate, there are so many different types of chemicals out there that whatever we put on the surface of our skin goes inside our body. Many of us look at the skin as the outermost layer, but it starts from the inside out. So my goal is to provide the healthiest products where, when you're putting it on your skin and it goes inside your body, that it is supporting your organs, all of our organs. So we want to be really careful about not putting any chemicals on our body. And we tend not to think so much about that part. But my thing is, please look at the labels. Please know what you are putting on your skin, just like how we are careful about what goes in our mouth. It's the same exact concept. There is no difference, because anything we put on our skin is going to affect our organs, and including the skin. You may think that in the beginning it's great, but the long-term side effects are tremendous. And our goal should be to have a solid foundation. And that is why I was raised with that concept, early on, to use the highest quality, products on my skin. So my parents would buy a small jar of natural something when I was so little. So that foundation was already there. And I truly understood why we need to take care of our skin from the outside, because it goes all the way inside as well. And that does affect our organs.
My mom is watching us, and she is so into skin, and she have, like you learned, my mom always moisturizes her skin. Not so much with the best organic or natural, because she didn't know better. But that's something I learned as well. Always take care of, invest in
Right.
your skin,
Right.
because it's a lot easier to invest in your products than any kind of surgical procedures later on. If you can delay that,
Exactly.
that's wonderful. And so parabens, sulfate, I know that those are very popular.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that those two can cause in our, in our, how they can impact our health?
Those are chemicals.
Right.
So we are talking about how they affect our organs. And when those chemicals go in our body, it actually, we may think it is working for the better, but it is actually making it reverse. So the way our organs are supposed to be working, it looks at it as a foreign body.
Oh, wow.
And because of that reason, something that is supposed to take in so easily, it is actually pushing it out. So your skin took it. So to make it super simple, so our skin may take it because we may not see a reaction on our skin.
Mm-hmm.
But once it goes inside the body, your organs are rejecting it.
Right.
So ultimately, we are not supporting our skin, which is the organ as well, and also all the organs that are inside of our body.
Right. I remember buying a skincare line, and in the process, in the system they had, I got headaches. I'm known for having migraines. My my nervous system is sensitive to smells.
Right.
And I remember getting headaches from the toner, and I had to stop putting
Right.
on. So some things are immediate.
I have so many different examples. Simone, I'll tell you one thing. It's just something so simple. Safflower oil. Okay? My research showed that safflower oil can, I'm not saying for all, but it can lead to abortion.
Oh, wow.
So, this is just one example. I'm just giving you because I know we don't have a lot of time, but that's the type of research that I've done. I've gotten so in depth into every single ingredient out there, literally thousands. I've done that level of research where I have been so careful about what I need to pick, but more importantly, what I should not pick. Sometimes what you shouldn't do and what you shouldn't pick is way more important than what we do pick. So that's just one of the examples. And like you said, migraines and sometimes our kidney may not work. And again, we may not see that impact right away.
Right.
But in the later years, people say, why do I have this? Maybe because those skincare products that you used when you were in your teenage years, when you weren't so serious about it, right? We are with our friends. Right. We are young. We don't know that much. And, it's just something that we did. Right. But the impact can be tremendous. Some of the chemicals can impact our uterus. And then so many people may say, I'm not able to have a child.
Yes.
Maybe, I'm not saying that is the only reason, but maybe because of certain hair products or the skin products that you used way back, not thinking that this can lead to something big in the, later years of your lives.
Right. So, and you see, like most people, like I'm not sure about you, but when I see a fast food restaurant in every corner, basically,
right,
I don't think that's bad, right? So I'm thinking, well, if it's in every corner, it's accessible,
right?
It's okay. It's okay for me to consume. And little did I know when I started doing my own research in the health and wellness industry that I learned I was highly allergic to a lot of food coloring, artificial coloring, artificial flavoring, all of those things.
Right.
And once I start eliminating that, a lot of my migraines decrease.
Absolutely.
So
coloring, the fragrances, Simone,
Yeah.
So true. And that is why I made my product line that is absolutely safe for
Mm-hmm.
all, meaning that with everyone with the skin types, skin condition, skin tone, but more importantly, safe for the pregnant women and anyone with the medical condition.
Right.
I went to that level of research and making, and my recipe. These are all my recipes, by the way. I make them. They are my recipes. They are my formulations. And I made sure that they are both pH balanced and also formulation balanced. And those two are completely two separate things. And what I mean by that is when you want to have something that is formulation balanced. So, for example, I'm not going to sell you an argan oil, or jojoba oil, or rosehip oil, or marula oil as a standalone oil,
Mm-hmm.
because they may not be, I like to call it balanced meal,
Mm-hmm.
because our skin is not getting the proper vitamins and the nutrients that it requires daily. So my products have the highest quality ingredients from all over the world, where I made sure that my products are skin balanced, not just pH balanced, but the formulation balanced. So again, that's a whole different scientific side, but to make it super simple, it's vitamin A, B, C, D, E, and B12, and essential fatty acids of 3, 6, and 9. I mean, I can go on and on for 2 hours on this topic alone.
Right.
I make sure that they are also formulation balanced. That's really important to me, that our skin is getting the proper nutrients every single day. So
I
that way
love
we are
that.
minimizing our aging process and also the sun damage.
Beautiful. I love that. Nourishing your skin with good food. I never thought about that before. And
Yes.
now, are your products just for a specific segment of the population, or anyone, male, female, women from all over the world, all the different skins? The formulations that you have will help them.
My oils have been used by babies,
Oh.
literally a newborn baby,
Hmm.
to anyone in their 90s and hundreds,
Okay.
simply because, again, is the way I make it, and my recipe and my formulation is what makes it so unique. And they are made for all skin types. And I have three different lines. I have the age, redefining, sun damaged, and balancing. Those are my three lines
Uh-huh.
that I provide for everyone. And also, I wanted to make sure that I was also providing the kids line, because many parents asked me over the past 2 years that, can you please come up with a formulation for my kids? Some parents said, can you please have a formulation for my teenage boys and girls? So now I have kids line, and I also have the teenage line, and I also made my essential oils formulation as well. So now I
Beautiful.
have 5 different types of essential oil blends. And again, they are all authentically organic. When you get a chance, please Google that up. They are not just about made with organic ingredients. They
Yeah.
are organic, and they are made the right way. They are safe and clean for anybody who wants to use it. And I also offer this service when, if somebody has a specific skin condition or a severe skin condition
Right.
where they are not able to use my products for whatever reason, they can reach me. And I have been giving, like I was mentioning it to you, a custom formulation that is
Mm.
made specifically for your skin condition, type, and tone. And also, if you have any health condition, right?
Oh,
If you
okay.
have heart condition or anything, any medical condition, reach out to me, and I will make a specialized formulation only for you that is safe to use, and you will not damage your skin and your organs in any way.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I love the two principles of creating skincare with integrity, authentically organic, and based on research. So actually, three things.
Right.
Not just let me check what I feel like doing, but based on research and knowing and also how your skincare affects your inner organs. That's really, really unique to what you do. I've never seen that before. And I love the all different ways. Yes, you do have your systems, but also if someone needs a specific formulation, you can help them with that as well. And in a little bit, we're gonna let them know where they can find you. But I have two questions before you go. One is, as a business owner, what would you like to, what would you say to someone who is starting their own business right now? And what is like one piece of advice that you like to leave them with? You're starting a business, not a small task.
No.
It's not for the faint of heart. It takes passion. It takes dedication. It takes knowledge, preparation to get that done and to get that going. So for that, I'm very curious to know when you started. What is something that you learned that you like to share?
So foremost, I have to give so much emphasis on education.
Yeah.
That is, I was raised with that concept and I believe in that concept. And I want to give a shout out to all of my professors over the years with my bachelor's, MBA, and then my postgraduate in my skincare. Every single professor, I would go to their rooms, offices, Simone, and not once they said, Julie's back again. Uh-huh. Because I was one of those students where I wanted to learn a lot more than I had to.
I love that.
I was very curious about not what was being taught to me only, but a lot more higher than that. Mm-hmm. So in my junior year of college, I was asking them questions about MBA. And not once my professor said, Julie, I don't have time, or Julie, can you please come back? And for that alone, I am so incredibly grateful. So education is number one thing for me, that you want to have that solid knowledge, that training, where you know what you know and you can build from their point on. Right. Then I have to say, love and passion and compassion towards others. To become a business owner, it's not about you. Yes. I really was about that from early on. I didn't want it to be a business owner because I loved it, because I was doing something that I loved. I did what I did because I wanted to serve the people.
Yes. Yes.
And there is a big difference between the two. Mm-hmm. My business started from the point of, how can I make your skin healthy?
Beautiful.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That was the bottom line. It was not about, look at me, I can do this. How amazing is that? No, it was never about that. So love and passion and the compassion for others, to serve others, that is the building blocks of where you will go in your life. And above all of that, then the next level. I know you asked me for one. I hope this is all part of one.
Let's talk about this one a little bit, because I know for some people it can be scary. They talk a lot about, meaning other consultants, coaches, mentors, talk a lot about taking a risk.
Right.
I don't see that. It's not risky when you prepare yourself and you have what I call your business purpose, or right, that anchors what you do. And exactly, for you, I can tell your business purpose is making people's skin beautiful. And that's a great purpose to have, because it's a positive purpose. We don't want to create a negative purpose, right?
Right.
And I love that. I love the knowledge, because one of the things that I help people do, practitioners do is to bring in premium clients. And what I mean about premium clients are clients who really make it a priority, whatever um, you have to offer them. So that is their number one priority.
Right.
And those are the premium clients. Those are the ones who value. They're the ones who will most benefit from what you have to offer because
Right.
they will use,
Right.
actually not only purchase, but use their service, your services and your products. So
Right.
that's what I consider a premium client.
Right.
And they have no problem in investing in what is really important to them.
Right.
So in order to feel confident about attracting those premium clients, in my opinion, it's very important for you to be prepared,
Right.
right? For you to be going what I call beyond the beyond.
Right.
You are, if we have a lot in common in what you shared, but for when I was doing my trainings, I was eating, drinking, sleeping, sometimes being, staying up until 1 o'clock in the morning after putting my daughter to bed
Right.
to learn, like the thirst to
Right.
learn so that I was prepared when when I am working with the client.
Right.
Do we know it all? Absolutely not. There's always something else, something new to
Exactly.
learn. But and that's another thing a lot of business owners ask me or come to me not feeling confident. And then I tell them, just look at your preparation, just look at your schooling.
Right.
You know what your clients don't know. You did the research, you went beyond the beyond. So I totally agree with you that in order to create something, a business with integrity is preparing yourself, and knowledge is very important. And the heart, the calling. I feel that I call this soul driven success. Your
Absolutely.
soul, there's something inside of you that is a burning desire that will help you go
Right.
beyond the beyond. So it doesn't feel like work, does it?
No.
It doesn't feel
When
like
I'm
work.
up at 2 in the morning doing my research, that's not work to me.
Right.
When I get up sometimes at 5 in the morning because I got that idea that I was thinking about for the past 5 days and it finally came out of me
Right.
at 5 in the morning, that's not work for me.
Right.
Because, the entire driven process is made for others. It is not made for me. And also something that is so important is being different, having that differential
Right.
advantage.
Right.
That is the key in order to survive in this fast-paced beauty and the skincare industry.
Right.
So I wanted to be unique and different, and that is why I wanted to provide my services. I didn't want this to be just about buying and selling, and that is why I work with my clients, and we work together and come up with a treatment plan. So
Right.
it's like I'm part of your skincare journey. So
Absolutely.
it's never about just I sold it. My clients reach me. They have my cell phone number. My cell phone number is out in the open, and I am so okay with that.
Uh-huh.
And they call me and they text me with the questions and what should we do now? And so,
right.
Yeah, so being different, being unique is so important.
Right.
To be
And
able
in that saying, like, my cell is not up in the, open. However, premium clients will respect boundaries and respect your time. I'm sure they're not, there's some person is not calling you 20
All of my
times
clients
a
are
day.
amazing.
Yes,
No, there's
yes.
no complaints whatsoever.
Right. So that's another thing about premium clients. They respect boundaries. Even when they have access to you, they will respect that. Before we finish, then you have been in business for how long now?
So I started seeing clients about 7 years ago.
Mm-hmm. So right now, for someone who have been in business for 7 years, what is that you recommend for them? Let's say something you never expected would come up, that has come up, and what would you like to tell them about that and leave them with something that would support them.
So when something unexpected comes up, which happens all the time, that is why it's called a business.
Right.
My theory, again, my theory is a little bit unique because I just work a little bit differently. So what I'm trying to say is that when I hit my rock bottom or when I am not doing well in my business, I twist that scenario around and I look at it from the other side. And I know it's not easy, and I get it. It's not something that can come to everyone so quickly or easily. But the way I work it is I flip it around and I look at it from the other angle. And I work from that angle back to my problem.
Would you give us an example of what that looks like?
Oh my gosh, there are so many.
Just one tiny one. We're almost done.
It's something that happens so naturally that I don't even think about it. Right. It's not something that there is a procedure or there is a step-by-step approach. It's just something happens and I think about it and then I come up with a solution and I keep moving. It's that burning desire. I think what I like to say is that burning desire to fix the problem and be able to serve the people for the better. Right. I think that's what keeps me going. Yeah. If I can help you in any way, I mean, my clients call me their therapist, not just their skincare therapist. Because when they come to me, they are like, Julie, then tell me about what food I should eat and what I should not eat and how much water should I drink and, how much coffee should I drink? I mean, now, I am their therapist. So for me, it's just about, so my thought for those who are having issues with the business, anytime you hit your rock bottom or if you're having any problems or something didn't work out, use that energy, that negative or that downfall energy back into the business. Don't remove yourself because that is the very instant feeling and the emotion that we all get to remove ourselves. Instead, throw yourself back into it and you will realize that you will come up with a solution that you never thought about. It will just come to you. Right. And it may not come to you right away, but I assure you it will come to you in a day or 2 days or in a week, but it will come to you.
Right. So those kinds of challenges, what I'm hearing and what I see happening, it brings up one of the things is fear, right? Fear that it's not going to work or everything is going to go down.
Right.
And one of the things I teach my clients is fear is an invitation to pause.
Right.
Take a step back, take a look. Right. Not an invitation, not an invitation to stop. Right. It's an invitation to pause.
Right.
And there is something there that can be bettered or improved.
Right.
I see that happening. There were times when I first created the first version of my system.
Yeah.
I saw that there were things that were missing, and throughout the years, I'm like, what is missing? What really makes people be successful? And the next step showed up, and I kept adding that to my system, reinventing until is what it is today. So business is a dynamic experience. It's not a linear experience.
Right.
And once we see that, I don't know about you, but I actually kind of enjoy that. It's not boring. In other words, it's not boring.
It's always fascinating.
Yes. But it doesn't have to be dramatic or chaotic or always having too many, balls in the air that you have to be savaging your business or working on it desperately. But an invitation to pause take a look. It's an invitation for something that to get even better. That's
meditate. I do that. I believe a lot of business owners I know,
right.
They do quite a bit of meditation, and I feel like that gets your brain in that another level of your life where
Right.
you are able to empty out your thoughts and be able to regroup again the next day with a fresh mind.
Right.
And that helps tremendously.
Right. I'm the on-off meditator. On, off. I like dancing. I'm like super hyper person.
Right.
However, this past week, I attended a talk about aligning your purpose and your heart and your spirit to what you want to do. And it was led by a neuroscientist. She's a neuro coach, neuro leadership coach.
Okay.
And one of the things she talked about was meditation. And I kind of rolled my eyes. I'm like, oh, here we go with the meditation again. I would just want to do things. And after the talk, I started going meditating more. And one of the things that she taught in this lecture was that, and she showed a before and after picture. She said that your brain is a lot more creative when you slow down and you meditate.
Yes.
And that did it for me. That was like, yeah, that is true. I get a lot more ideas, guidance. I feel sharper in my decisions and what I see that needs to be done or get done. My inspiration for next steps becomes clear and easier to access.
Right.
That's one of the things I know for myself. I try to follow formulas of, okay, we create a marketing plan, but then we start implementing that. People, including myself, were like getting stuck. Yes. And one of the things was because we needed to do something versus being inspired.
Yes.
To connect with those people we wanted to serve. And let the marketing strategy support that. But instead of, I have to do this, it's like, what am I inspired? Who should I be connecting with people today?
See, that's exactly right. Because 10 years ago, when I was in this room starting to formulate my products, the very first statement that came out of my mind was, how can I create high performance revolutionary skincare products and formulations? Mm-hmm. That was the very first sentence that came out of my mind, Simone, 10 years ago.
Beautiful.
I mean, it took me some time because I was trying to get back on my feet again after my mother's passing and then giving birth to my daughter. But that's okay. You know, I was maneuvering where the life was taking me.
Right.
Don't fight with it. Like I always say this, don't fight with your skin. Work with your skin. It's the same concept. Don't fight with your life. Work with your life. And you will see that life has tremendous solutions.
And gifts out
mm-hmm. there for us. We just need to be patient. We need to be patient and take in what is coming to us and then work with it.
Right. I call this the soul-driven success because our soul, sooner or later, will put us in the right path. Yes. We may struggle a little bit, resist a little bit. Yes. Like, you know, I was the I'll make it happen kind of girl, very, very driven. And I make it happen. Things flow better when I allow it to happen.
Exactly.
Instead of making it happen.
Exactly.
Yes, allowing to happen, and the soul will again put you in the right place at the right time with the right people. Yes. We don't have to worry about it. Just be guided to what we need to do next.
The universe knows, right?
The universe
knows all of us.
Yes, I'm telling you, like even before I started doing what I do today, I always felt this pulling towards something, and a lot of times I didn't know exactly what it was, but I always felt this inner pulling towards moving forward.
Right.
And again, Sometimes I stumbled, sometimes I resisted, sometimes I didn't want to do it, but the easiest, fastest way was just allowing it to happen through me, what
Right.
needed to be happening. And that's an invitation I would like to leave all the business practitioners that are going to be watching us today. I feel like I don't want to go. I don't want to end this
Me too.
interview. It feels so good. And that's another thing. When it feels good, it's just you're so recognizing that you're in the right place with the right people at the right time. I wanted to
Absolutely.
thank you again, not only for the interview today, but for dedicating your life to making other people's lives better and improving their well-being. So with that said, I know most people must be so curious to find you. So please share with them your website. Where can they find you, Julia?
Absolutely.
Julie.
So my cell phone number is 973-727-4274. You can call me or text me at any time. My email is info@heartsoulspa.com. And I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as Heart Soul Spa. My website is as well heartsoulspa.com.
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 Beautiful. And as Julie shared with us, wherever you are, it is not a problem. She can help you with your skincare. I love the fact that it's all natural. And so if you live local or across the state or in another state or even another country,
Right.
she can still do your skincare analysis assessment.